The town of Hollow Creek was shrouded in perpetual fog. It clung to the old Victorian houses and snaked through the deserted streets. 16-year-old Maya lived in the heart of it, in a creaky house with her grandmother. Life in Hollow Creek was quiet, predictable, until it wasn't. Maya had always felt different. A strange energy pulsed within her, a feeling she couldn't explain. She often had vivid dreams, filled with whispering shadows and fleeting figures. Her grandmother would dismiss them as an overactive imagination. But Maya felt a deeper truth lurking beneath. One evening, as the fog rolled in, thicker than usual, Maya witnessed something impossible. It started with a flicker in the distance, a distortion in the swirling grey. A man stood on the opposite side of the street, his face obscured by the fog. He raised his hand, a silent wave, then vanished. Poof! Gone. Maya rubbed her eyes, certain it was a trick of the light. But the emptiness where the man had stood sent a shiver down her spine. The fog seemed to press in closer, suffocating. She hurried home, heart pounding. Her grandmother, Nana Rose, sat by the fire, her wrinkled face illuminated by the dancing flames. Maya hesitated, unsure how to explain what she had seen. Nana Rose, with her years of wisdom, had a way of calming Maya's fears. But this time felt different. This time, fear wrapped its icy fingers around Maya's throat. "Nana," Maya started, her voice trembling. "I saw something strange." She recounted the events, each word feeling heavy and surreal. Nana Rose listened intently, her brow furrowed. When Maya finished, silence filled the room, broken only by the crackling fire. "There are things in this world, Maya," Nana Rose finally said, her voice low. "Things we don't understand." Her words did little to ease Maya's apprehension. They only confirmed her growing suspicion that something was terribly wrong. That night, sleep evaded Maya. Every creak of the house, every sigh of the wind sent her pulse racing. She tossed and turned, haunted by the image of the vanishing man. The next morning, the fog had lifted, but an unsettling feeling lingered in the air. Maya went about her day, a knot of dread tightening in her stomach. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched, followed. Whispers seemed to follow her, carried on the wind, but when she turned, there was nothing there. Section 4. The clock ticks. Days turned into a blur of paranoia and unanswered questions. Maya tried to confide in her best friend, Liam, but the words caught in her throat. How could she explain the unexplainable? The fear, the uncertainty, gnawed at her sanity. One afternoon, while walking home from school, Maya noticed a peculiar clock in an antique shop window. Its hands were frozen in time, pointing to the exact moment she had witnessed the man vanish. A chill ran down her spine. This was no coincidence. Section 5. The Shadow Knows. Heart pounding, Maya entered the shop. The air was thick with the scent of dust and old things. An old woman sat behind the counter, her eyes sharp and knowing. "Can I help you, dear?" she rasped, her voice like dry leaves crunching underfoot. Maya pointed to the clock. "This clock," she began, her voice barely a whisper. It stopped at a very specific time. The old woman's gaze seemed to pierce through Maya, reading her thoughts. A slow smile spread across her wrinkled lips. "Ah, yes," she croaked. "That clock always knows the right time. The time when the veil is thinnest. The time when secrets are revealed." Maya's breath caught in her throat. "What does it mean?" she whispered, her eyes wide with fear and anticipation. The old woman leaned closer, her voice barely audible above the ticking of the countless clocks in the shop. It means, dear child, she whispered, that you are not alone.